Well, 2 years ago, in June 2019, Thorsten Neumann was appointed as TAPA EMEA's first full-time president and CEO. Since then, the association's accelerated its mission to help its members increase the resiliency of their supply chains and prevent losses as a result of cargo thefts. So how's it going? Well, let's find out right now because Thorsten is here with us in the studio. Thorsten, you'll be doing a presentation just shortly, but before you start, why is today so important?
It is a very special day. As you already said, we started in 2019. You really to completely go into our transition and transformation. And it's nearly 1,000 days now, okay? So that's also very special for me. And it's also special because we have the entire team here. Everybody is here. So the TAPA EMEA family is all together here, as you said already, in the studio of Kalka. And today is the day where we share all the greatest news, what we did, we worked on, what we achieved, and what we would like to achieve in the future with our members and for our members.
Fantastic. Well, Thorsten, on that note, let me hand over to you for your TAPA EMEA Focus and Status Report.
Thank you, Sam. Excellent. So thanks to Sam. As already said by Sam, I also would like to welcome you again, in our nice studio in Kalkan, Germany. I hope you like the setup. You have seen over the last 3 days, and today is really a special day for me because I can give you an update, how we started, when we started, and what we achieved really over the last nearly 1,000 days since the members voted for the change to really drive into the transition and established teams all over Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So let's be ready. Let's kick it off, okay? It's like a football game a little bit. So it's a halftime report, but I think it's quite important to start even earlier. In 2016, with the constant growth of TAPA EMEA, our tax advisor told us that we need to do something to really ensure that with the constant growth that we will be a non-profit association. So this is how everything started. And as I already said, this was already in 2016. So it took us 3 years to work out a strategic plan for the implementation phase and to really start on the 1st of June 2019. So we were given a 5-year goal. And now it's my pleasure to present to you what we achieved, but what we try and would like to do over the next 2 years, because now we are in the middle. It's not going to the next slide. That's the technical thing here right now. So let me check now. Now it's working. So the halftime report. We are in the midpoint. Nearly 1,000 days. As already said, I started as the first full-time employee ever in the history of TAPA Europe, Middle East, and Africa. But let me go back really at the beginning, when we've been 11 people in the room, when we had conferences with 50 people, 60, 100, and we had part-time reports like at the beginning, from the winter burn, then we went to Korma, and it was always really part-time supports from external service providers. Special thanks also again to LBA, to Lawrence Brown and his team, like Sean, Sarah, Stacy, Chelsea, so we always relied on external people and great support from our suppliers, But then there was the time where we decided to in-house more and more of our knowledge, expertise, and professional support for the members, as we have seen a tremendously growing interest and a tremendous need really to support our member base, but also go to the region and say what TAPA is really doing, what is our vision and mission, and how we can create a win-win situation to all of you. As we stand at the midway point of our initial 5 years plan, this is our halftime report. I am specifically proud to implement really this team and to present to you what we achieved in a little bit more than 2 years, that we onboarded so many people all over Europe, Middle East, and Africa, okay? So just to run through them, okay? Anisha, taking care of everything what is linked to IIS. In the future, it will be TIS, and you will hear that later on, but our incident information service, and where we really collect the data, and as already said by Michael Will from Europol, it is the best database in Europe, Middle East, and Africa linked to cargo crime. We all know Steve, and you will hear from Steve later on what's going on from a standards point of view, okay? Steve is tremendously supported by our satellite team based in India, Satya Roy and Neetu, and they really specifically focus on data, intelligence, and everything what is needed really also to drive our standards to the next level. Markus Prinz will also give an update later today. So they are all working now for TAPA in Europe, Middle East, and Africa in our 2 offices, either in the Netherlands or in Germany. But more to come. Tamara, we onboarded Tamara. She is supporting Markus in all training activities together with Rajat. So a lot of work really been done over the last couple of months, and more will come. Everything is important from a financial point of view and from a compliance point of view. And this year, nearly all of them been onboarded this year, but Abboom, I was really happy to win him as our Chief Financial and Compliance Officer. So we are spending more time really with tax consultants, attorneys, tax attorneys, compliance attorneys to ensure that our entire setup is 100% compliant with Dutch, German and European right rules. Just to give you one example, to follow GDPR rules, to also ensure that we have the non-profit, which is supported by commercial arms, because this will really ensure at the end of the day that TAPA as an industry association is recognized in the European Union, in Europe, Middle East and Africa, and is compliant with Dutch legislations. So that's really quite important. We have Annemieke, our face to the members, always watching and looking at the info@tapaemea.org email address. We have George. George is doing all the bookings, all the invoices. When you receive an invoice from TAPA, George is behind that. And last but not least, our newest onboard, Gwyn. So Gwyn started this week, and she will also focus on info@tapaemea.org and all the questions and everything what is linked to it. So count them, okay? So a good football team is 11 players. Here are your 11 players. So I'm the coach. I'm not so active on this one, no. Just kidding, as you know, but this is your football team. So this is your winning team. This is the Champions League. But you always have a very strong people, waiting and support you every time behind the scene. And it's not only them, but I would like specifically point out Jamie Roach. Jamie is really our single point of contact and the expertise behind everything what you see right now. Every design, every picture, all PowerPoints. The Vigilant, the LinkedIn posts, everything is designed, developed, structured to give you the story, to give you an insight what TAPA EMEA is doing for you every day, from the members, for the members. And last but not least, I also would like to say special thanks to Peter, because he is the man behind everything what is linked to IT. So they are strong supporters, not working for TAPA, but supporting TAPA, either as a supplier or as a volunteer. And you don't see them, but I see them now every day on the other side of the camera. It's another strong supporter. Some of you know them already from the conferences, when Mattis from Captain Capture was doing all the stuff, but now he's got an entire team here to really broadcast every day from our live studio in Kalka to the world. Of course, our focus is on Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So, team talk, okay? It's clear, and our mission is clear, to produce the best results for our members. This is clearly our goal and our interest, and whatever we can do for you to improve, please let us know. Okay, please come back to us. There is no stupid question, and every constructive criticism is always good for me, for the team, how we can develop ourselves to the next level. Our goal and our work is not a race, so we don't have a finish line. So we will never finish. We always look for continuous improvement. And that's also something what I'm specifically proud of and what you will see also in the near future. So look back when the COVID crisis started. We always had face-to-face trainings. Within 2 weeks, the team developed really an online virtual training opportunity. And you will see a lot of insights later from Markus Prinz on this one. So the first task really to create a great team is that we need to have a base. And we picked the base in the Netherlands, in Germany, in the United Kingdom, and we have a satellite office in India, as you have already seen when I presented you the team. So whenever you stop by, when you ever cross Kalka in Germany, which is really very close to Düsseldorf, or to Nijmegen in the Netherlands, if you are going into the area of Utrecht, if you are in the United Kingdom, please stop by. we have an office, this studio, our goal is to have this studio permanently and to give you monthly opportunities for Q&As, questions, trainings, live chats and webinars all over Europe, Middle East and Africa. But we need a home ground. And as already said, the home ground right now is in the Netherlands, Germany, and United Kingdom. And maybe we need more, also due to compliance reasons. So it's very important, that we really drive to the next level. So if you would like to create a great football team and everything, the next thing what you need to agree on is the tactics. So from the beginning, our goal has been very clear. Everything we do should produce more value for our members. Everything. So increasing the TAPA EMEA family is one of the key elements on this. We are a networking association of supply chain resilience and security professionals. Every time we welcome a new member, our network and the intelligence within it grows. We also recognize the need to digitalize how we work to make our back office services more efficient and to create the ability to develop and deliver new tools which add value to our members' own in-house resilience programs. Later today, I will demonstrate the latest digital revolution and tool we have created for you to use. And thanks to all of you to vote for the new name. So you decided on the name. Okay, so and we will move from IIS to TIS. We also needed to make our training more flexible and accessible. And again, today you will hear from Markus Prinz more about this. The courses we are now providing in our training program for 2022 and beyond. And our full-time focus is enabling us to invest more time to establish new intelligence data, sources, build our communications and awareness, our partnerships within other security stakeholders. It's also very important that as an industry association, our connections to the government and law enforcement agencies must grow, such as Europol and EMEA. We have both shared presentations at our conference this week. That's our goal. So, now let's go to the easy stuff, okay? We had to get results. So, everything is KPI driven, and I'm specifically proud to share with you now our results. So, let's take a look at the halftime score in our 5-year plan. How is our full-time TAPA EMEA team performing for you on the pitch? So, check the numbers. Since we started a little bit more than 2 years ago, our member base grew by 54.5%. Let me give you more specifics on this one. We grew by more than 335 member companies. I'm specifically proud to say that out of the top 21 pharma companies, we have 20 as members now in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Out of the top 3 car manufacturers, we have 2. Out of the top 5 really tobacco companies, we have 4. If you look at the high tech, if you look at computer, we have all the top brands in this field. If you look at luxury brands, we have the top 6 global brands in our membership base. If you look at logistic service providers, we have the top 5 logistic service providers globally in our membership family. But it's not the quantity, it's the quality of the people, it's the quality of the members, it's the networking opportunity, it's sharing intelligence, and it's always important that we present the end-to-end supply chain, and we also present a small company, a 2 drivers trucking company, a mid-sized company, like with 50, 100, 200 or 300 trucks, but we also present the big players all over the world active, and this is what TAPA really makes unique. And it's also important, everything what we develop is not developed by TAPA, it's developed by you. You are in our field, you are the people working in our teams. So the standards team, and I know that Steve, Mark, and Paul will talk about that, but I'm really proud that we had a massive interest, and our standards team is the biggest standards team ever, with people from all over the industry in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And it's not only that, it's really that next year we will focus on specific industry. So we go to the automotive industry, we go to chemicals, so that's really quite important. Look at the next number. And again, Markus will give you more details on this one, but we increased our training participants in the last since June 2019 by 800%. That's a massive number. It sounds a little bit like Bitcoin, but actually it is the training number. FSR certifications, whilst the entire world came to a standstill due to the COVID crisis, our FSR certifications increased by 12.7%. And the TSR certifications increased by 25.4%. As soon as the goods are on the road and soon it is there, our certifications increased by 25.4%. Just to give you another number, this means that right now we have approximately or a little bit more than 30,000 trucks on the road which are certified against our standards, and we have daily growing. PSR parking places, we have seen an increase on certifications and PPOs and partners, on parking places of 51.5%. And from a parking support point of view, really with parking owners and everything, our membership grew by 66.6% since 2019. When we look at the countries we are represented in, we have an increase of 60%, since 2019. That's also quite important. I just was recently, in Dubai, in the Middle East, I was in Greece. So I was really traveling again. And that's one of the things where we focus on next year, to go to the region, to really talk to the people in the region, and more to come. That's really quite important. We are covering so many countries in Europe, Middle East, and Africa with so many different languages. So that's also what you will see. You will see a new website with more languages. You will see new training opportunities with more languages. And last but not least, 1,100 people, professionals, registered for this virtual conference. And you know me, come on, I love to be on stage to talk to you in a conference, and it's very strange for me to talk to a camera right now. But I know that you enjoy that in your office, in your own living room, wherever you are right now. Send me pictures, by the way, if you want. Don't send them to info, send them to Thorsten.Neumann@TAPA-EMEA.org, how your studio looks like. This is our studio, and I'm really proud what the team did here, because it's not me. Okay, it's the team doing all the stuff. And if you see them, you should see my view right now, okay? We have 21 people here for the entire week only doing exactly this. And it's not only doing this, okay? So, now we have the soccer team, and I'm saying football, okay? But our crowd is still growing. So, as said, in order to continue building our solutions and influence, TAPA EMEA needs to continue to grow. And it's not the quantity, it's the quality-driven approach. Today, we have record levels of membership across each category of our membership, including more full members. And that's for us the biggest strategy and the biggest goal for 2022 and beyond. Focus on manufacturers and logistics service providers which will represent our industry all over Europe, Middle East, and Africa. We also have a specific focus next year with more law enforcement agencies and stakeholders. And that's the reason why we are very active with Europol. We have benchmark examples in the Netherlands and Denmark, in Germany, but we are also now really in frequent contact with Austria, France, and I cannot say it, but stay tuned, and hopefully we will sign a deal soon, to even do more with the police forces all over Europe. It's also quite important for us that we focus still on security service providers. You are the solution providers, to mitigate the risk for our members within the supply chain. And we already heard this week from companies like G4S, from Bosch, from all our premier partners, really looking at the opportunity to share what they do for the entire TAPA family. It's also quite important that we always look for partnership, because we all fight the same fight against criminals. So associate partners and more parking place operators than ever before. And more companies are applying to join TAPA EMEA every single month. It's really interesting to see, that you go to work in the morning, you switch on your email program, and you see 2 new applications within 1 day. This is amazing, and as already said, we are really seeing new signings every month. Check the numbers there, but as I told you already, it was really a success story since you gave us the mandate to go into this kind of direction, since the membership voted for the constitution change, since the membership voted really also to go into this kind of direction. And sometimes we adjusted because the membership voted that we can bring the association to Germany, but due to all the regulations, we adjusted and decided against that. And the membership gave us also this mandate to say, no, perfectly fine. We love what you do and more to come. So we must change more. You will see also other constitution changes. You will see more requests. And as already said, that's the case. Okay, so stay tuned also on this one. We are spreading our network. And it is really kind of interesting, you know. We already discussed in the team who will do what next year. We already discussed what is the focus in 2022, 2023. And we just sat together with the advisory board members, our 3 officers, to say, okay, we will provide to you a 3-year strategy plan in the near future, and this is what we need to do. We were sitting with our tax attorneys, we were sitting with our compliance attorneys, and we said, what do we need to do next to be ready for the next big wave, for the next big stuff? And we will come back to all of you, you know, with a great plan on the next phase. TAPA EMEA has now members in 38 countries. And as already said, you know, we are growing every day, giving us access to a broad supply chain security intelligence network across our region. We are in one world, you know, but as you know, we see different risk in every country in the world. TAPA APAC is seeing risk, TAPA Americas is seeing risk, TAPA EMEA is seeing risk. Even within TAPA EMEA, every country is different. You know, South Africa, huge risk, you know, but if you go now to other areas, it's exactly the same. So in 2022, we will devote even more time to extending our regional footprint. We will establish, you know, more capacity in Italy, France, Spain, Russia, South Africa, and other countries, and we will go to big exhibition areas, for example, like the Trans-Russia in 2022, to present what we do and what we can do for the Russian and the CIS market. So, more team talk, okay? What are we improving and what are we growing the ways to communicate? So first of all, we presented to you a new website, and I hope you love it, okay? It's not finalized. The website will change and be adjusted again pretty soon. We gave you the first ever virtual conference, and we are still in, we are still live, and I hope you love it. I love it, you know, and I must say, I was attending and speaking every week at virtual conferences, and some are good, some are bad. I hope you love others because we try to give you a completely different feeling, you know, what a virtual conference really can mean. And it's not the typical, I'm not saying names, but the typical conference calls where you switch on the camera, where you do this, you have a bad background. So again, I hope you like it, and I hope you feel like you are sitting in this room together with me and my colleagues. We have regular webinars. We have a member incident and intelligence updates every month, and stay tuned to the next annual report. It will be amazing. And last but not least, TAPA EMEA is providing you, as you know, every month, the Vigilant digital magazine. And we have a focus on this one to make it even more attractive, to really have the magazine with embedded video messages inside, you know, with really opportunities and capabilities where we can combine modern technology, you know, with a typical monthly magazine. So stay tuned also on this one. But it's also quite important, you know, with the constant grow and change. And again, I'm specifically proud to say that you voted for this name, you know, that our enhanced system on IIS, it's now called TIS, okay? It's the TAPA EMEA Intelligence System. So I'm super excited today that we will be showing you the new TAPA EMEA Intelligence System, which for the first time ever will give you a single tool for improved intelligence, enhanced analytics, secure parking insight, cargo crime hotspots, and TAPA certified providers. I'm also specifically proud to say we are not ready, okay? We will give you an inside view, and we need your feedback how you like it. We work together with partners, you know, like Risk Intelligence, like BSI, like Everstream Analytics, and so on. We share data. They share data with us. You know, that's really quite important, but it is only for members. So that's really, it's your opportunity to see everything what TAPA does in one single tool now. Before, we had one tool for certifications. We had another tool for the incidents. We had another tool for parking places. We had another tool for enhanced analytics. Now, everything is combined and connected into one tool. So that's really quite important to understand that. And the digitalization is one of the biggest things what we drive forward every day. So, tackling our position, we must grow. We need all the people, standards, training, communications, and tools we are talking about today, because our opposition is getting stronger. We have seen that over the last couple of months, that cargo thieves and those who wish to disrupt global supply chains are also training to improve their skills and using technologies to facilitate their games and their crimes. Let's talk about, for example, like spoofing, jamming, and other technology. We have to compete. As I said, in the last 1,000 days, we have recorded cargo losses with a value of more than 500 million in EMEA alone. This is a staggering figure. It is even more concerning when you know that more than 50% of the incident reports we receive do not even give us a loss value. And again, we only see the tip of the iceberg. Okay? If you see a cargo crime report, share it with us. Send it to iis@tapaemea.org and we will take care of it. Everything is anonymized. You won't see any details on the products nor on the companies and so on, but it's giving us an amazing opportunity to talk to the government and highlight the unsexy thing of cargo crime to the politicians and really ensure that they do understand the real impact on the economy all over Europe. And as we all know, cargo crimes are not even reported to TAPA EMEA. So that's also quite important, But the most of them are reported to TAPA EMEA. That's also what Europol recognized. And Michael will, as you know, he said, this is the database they're looking at. And yes, we also share data with Europol directly. There's no question that product losses from supply chain in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region cost businesses billions of euros every single year. Okay? So we count on you on this one. Attacking us. Supply chains are under constant attack. Cargo crime is a 24/7, 365 industry in its own right. And attackers have a wide variety of ways to break through our defenses. That is why we must work together as one team. And we are stronger when we join forces and leverage the knowledge and expertise within our membership. And combine this with the resources we can offer as a growing industry association with a clear understanding of the risk which exists. But it's also quite important, and it's really sometimes this kind of, this little edge, when you talk about cargo crime and everything. So I do always see us at the good source, So we are the Luke Skywalkers within this industry, But unfortunately, you have this guy on the Death Star, who's the Darth Vader, attacking us every day, So let's hope that we can win more Anakins coming into our direction than going to the other direction. But let's be very open and honest. We as an industry, we follow business conducts, we follow code of conducts, we follow business ethics and everything. Criminals don't do that. There's one goal for criminals: get the biggest profit out of us in the shortest period of time and enjoy life. That's all what they're interested in. And unfortunately, they're always one step ahead of us. So let's change that. Let's change that together. Let's work together. Let's really create the best team in the world to win this world championship now, what I will present you. Data is the defense, and you can help us with data. Intelligence is the greatest player on our team. Share any information you have. Introduce us to your contacts and intelligence sources. The TAPA EMEA intelligence system is our brain to combat threats of cargo criminals. Help us to feed it. I would like to give you the best example on how this can work, okay? You have seen yesterday Vigilant presenting here as the Director of Security and Loss Prevention within Amazon for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, one of the biggest companies in the world, okay? So we were sitting together with Vigilant's team over weeks, even over months, and we created a strategy how Amazon can share with us their data every day. And we found a solution, and I'm really proud that we have it. Okay, and there are other examples out there sharing with us their monthly loss reports every month. We have the numbers. We can hide them. Okay, and I will show you all the tools later on today. So that's really important. So please help us on this one. So look at Michael, what he told us from Europol on Tuesday. So Europol supports the 27 EU member states in their fight against terrorism, cybercrime, and other serious and organized forms of crime. But when they need cargo crime data and intelligence, they come to TAPA. And especially also, because they see we have the biggest and best reporting system. So again, thanks to you, okay? So don't see it sometimes as a kind of, hey, no, we want you, we need you, because everything what we do is for you as our members. So it's also quite important that we have, again, the biggest and best reporting system in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And we do, but it's still not enough. We need your support, as already said, and we must drive TIS to the best intelligence tool in our 25th year history. So please support us, okay? You must be on our side. It's a very nice picture, I must say, So just to let you know, Jamie was not meaning that Michael Willis getting the red card, okay? So this picture means we need you, okay? So perfect. So what are the next goals? What is going on in 2022? So this was the halftime report. I hope you loved it, okay? But in 2022, we have a lot to achieve because we have a great team and we have you. We have a great membership base. We must achieve more digitalization. We must add 2 new team members. So this is a message to all of you. And stay tuned, next week, TAPA EMEA will publish 2 new posts because we are looking for team members for supporting really and joining us in our security and training team, standards and training team, and also in our admin team, okay? We will roll out a regional focus and market focus in countries, as already said, like Russia, Italy, South Africa, France, Spain, and the Nordics. So if you are interested in, please contact me. We will grow the TAPA family. Again, it's not a quantity approach, it's a quality approach. We will return to face-to-face events. And I'm specifically proud to say that we will go to the heart of our association where everything started in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. We go to the Netherlands. And we will have our conference in Amsterdam in June 2022, and we will announce all dates for next year later this week. So stay tuned on this one. Okay, we will have a second conference. It's a virtual one again because I hope you like this, which will take place in November 2022. We will increase standards and certifications. We will see training improvements, including video-based courses, subtitles, and tons of other stuff. But again, Markus will give you all the details. We will source more incident data. We will go for new technology, like web crawler technology, special search technology. We go for machine learning. We are in contact with a company providing us artificial intelligence to really look for data in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And we will connect with new partners, okay? But it's all about our supporters. And we never forget, we can only do all of this because we have your amazing support. We are always looking for ways to improve the value we deliver to our members. And we will always want your feedback and ideas to make us even better and stronger for our future opportunities and challenges. So, strike now and join our winning team. There have never been more good reasons to be a member of TAPA EMEA. And if you're not a member right now, and if you're watching live, just to give you another number, out of 1,100 registrations, 367 are not members. This is an amazing number, and we hope we can all win you. Okay, all of you should join us. If you have questions, please come to us. And COVID didn't defeat us. When we started in the first half of our growth and development strategy in 2019, the one opponent we do not expect to face was COVID. Of course not. Nobody was prepared for that. But despite the tragedy of the virus, as your industry association, it has only made us stronger. We will end 2021 in our strongest ever position. Thank you for making this possible. Never forget, TAPA EMEA is your industry association. We are here because of you, and we are proud to serve you. Work with us and tell us what you need. I promise 2022 will be another amazing year for TAPA in the EMEA region. You're all key players in the winning team that has great growth ambition. So thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks to all of you.
Thorsten, so much for that brilliant presentation. I was hoping you were going to explain the offside rule, but We'll get to that later. You can do that later. So we've had some questions coming in. We don't have much time now for questions, but you will be back later at the end of, towards the end of today's session in our final Q&A. But we have a couple now. You just were speaking about COVID. Now, a lot of delegates might be quite surprised that TAPA EMEA has been able to achieve so much growth during a time when the pandemic has caused so much disruption across the industry. Has that surprised you as well?
Yeah, I must say, a little bit, okay? But I think for me, it was clear that, it's always the same. People invest into security when it's already too late, So you invest into a new lock at your house when there was already a burglary. And it's the same with resilience, because we are transforming into a resilience situation. And what people need to understand, companies understood now, oh man, we are in a resilient situation. And that's the reason why they came to us.
One of the questions that's come in from the audience is, these are really terrific results. How are they in line, though, with the objectives that were set at the beginning of the year?
We overachieved everywhere, okay? That's really something I'm specifically proud of. Of course, you would never say that you will increase your training participants by 800% if you're running a company or an industry association. And I must say, all our numbers are record numbers. It won't be always like that, but what the team achieved and what we achieved with all our members over the last really 24 months, it's outstanding. It's amazing, I even can say it in English, but I'm really so proud of what we do. And again, we need more. We need more support. We are looking for new team members, so join us. It's an amazing team.
Thorsten, thank you so much. And we will see you later again for your introduction to TIS and also for the final Q&A.
Perfect. Thank you, Sam.